Thanks for the time. We appreciate it, and kind of welcome to Kansas City, right? With everything that's going on. One of the things that obviously is very big for a running back getting on the field in the NFL is the ability to pass block, right? Know your assignments and then handle that. You can't get your quarterback killed if you're going to be in there. How much is that a priority for you to be ready to work on and to know your assignments, but also how difficult is it, the fact that everything is virtual and you're not actually able to get your hands on and work the techniques that they want you to use?
Well, pretty much for me, it was the same things in college. The pass pro aspect, and it's something that I worked on every day with Kevin Falk and my previous running back coach, Tommy Robinson. So being able to work pass pro is something that, I picked up the skill from, learn techniques from Tommy Robinson and K Falk, and I'm still able to do work where I'm at. So that's technique wise. Not being able to do it live against actual opponents is, not at this moment, it's not beneficial, but I'm still able to work the techniques. Football is being able to use your body and able to work the techniques that you're able to do in order to get the job done.
Go to Herbie. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Clyde. How you doing, man? Hope you're well.
Doing good.
Hey, I remember at the Combine, you had mentioned that when you were growing up, you spent a lot of time watching film on Kevin Falk as well as Marshall Falk. But I'm curious, since this guy is local to Kansas City, how much time did you spend watching Darren Sproles? And how much, if you did spend time watching him, how much do you see of his game in your game?
Well, I was introduced to Darren later on in my football career, so I really didn't start watching him until I think I was, later on in middle school, and that's when he kind of, pretty much took everything by storm. And I was able to implement everything that I was watching from not just only him, but still watching Kevin Falk's film, still watching Marshall Falk's film, still watching Barry Sanders film. I had old cassette Barry Sanders tape. So I mean, I was watching all these guys that that I felt like was similar to the way that I felt like I was running at the time, and everything just kind of came into play. But Darren is someone I'm close to him now. Have his personal cell phone number. I text him every now and again, and he said I was so as soon as I was drafted, I got a text from him, and he was like, "You, my hometown, and be ready if I need anything, just let him know."
All right, let's go to Len Jennings. Go ahead, Len.
Clyde, good morning. Thanks for doing this. Special teams coach Dave Toub last week mentioned how everyone kind of gets thrown into the special teams mix, though he was unclear on your tackling ability. How would you grade your tackling ability as it's going to be put to the test? And kind of a follow-up, what part of your game do you feel like you need to be working on once you guys are able to get to practicing on the field?
Well, I'll tell you right now, I'm a football player, and I started my career playing defense. So I wasn't always on the offensive side of the ball. So as far as me being a tackler, it's no concern. I was always on, safe defenses as far as in high school. Every time I needed to make a tackle was made. And, I was able to do special teams as far as in college, and did do it as far as never did it in the game because, I didn't have to do it in the game. But as far as me covering kicks and everything at LSU, that was something that I did every year. So my tackling ability is something that I'm not concerned about.
Let's go to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Hi, Clyde. Thank you for spending some time with us. I was curious.
Yes, sir.
We talked to Dylan McCullough yesterday, and we asked him about what he likes in your game, and he mentioned the fact that short area quickness is a strength for you, ability to make guys miss. Why do you think that elusiveness seems to, at least on your film, come so naturally to you?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. It's something that I was born with. It's something, and then, ever since I felt like that was a gift that I had, it's you always try to find things to make it better or work on it or find ways, to make it, elite, as far as, some guys would say. So I just wanted to work on it, make it, being quicker and faster than the next person is kind of the name of the game, and it's what I made my game. Being quick and fast in small areas is the way I get open. It's the way It's the way I run the ball. It's it's the way I ended up at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's go to Harold Kuntz. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Clyde, hope you're doing well down there, man. My question to you is about the running back group. What are you kind of taking from and all the lessons learned from the other running backs so far with your virtual meetings with them? And then knowing that it's a very loaded group with a bunch of guys, what kind of experience did they share with you, knowing that you're a new guy coming in, but also knowing that, it's going to be a big competition between all you guys?
I mean, it's just like I'm in the same position I was 3 years ago. I was going into a college football room where, Leonard had just left, and I was in a room with Darius Geis, Darrell Williams, who's actually in the room now, and Nick Brossette. I had Lenore Fournette. I had guys. I was going into a stacked room again, and ultimately I went in to learn. That's the biggest thing. If you can learn from guys who've experienced the things that you are about to encounter, you can only benefit from it. So I'm the young guy in the room. I'm 21 years old, and right now I'm learning. I'm a rookie, so that's I'm staying in my place and I'm doing what I need to do.
Let's go to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Clyde. I have a two-part question for you, and thanks for doing this with us this morning. My first part is, when we talked to you on draft night, obviously you explained some of your excitement in talking with the Chiefs before the draft and sort of understanding that you were what you believe was a perfect fit within the offensive structure. Now going through these virtual programs, just how much have you seen the playbook that sort of builds on that thought process, and what's it been like for you to really learn what the Chiefs do based on what the installs have been so far? And then secondly, because of your coach at LSU, Kevin Falk, he was a member of the Patriots, the last team that went back-to-back in terms of champions. Just how much have you talked to him about what his experience was like with the Patriots and where your role might fit with the team trying to accomplish what they did back in 2004?
Well, I completely stand on, what I said draft night as far as Kansas City being a perfect fit. I was able to see things at the combine as far as me understanding what they do as an offense. I mean, I was able to see it at the combine, and they were, Coach Reed and Coach EB literally explained this is what we run, and I'm still standing strong going through the offense, and picking up the offense and learning everything is pretty much exactly what I was told it would be, and they didn't lie about anything. They hit the nail on the head, and it's done. And then, as far as K Falk, and I've been knowing K Falk for a long time. So as far as, we didn't have conversations about any and everything, and him talking about the Patriots, and sometimes he'll go into a spiel, and then once you can get a guy like that who's been through so much, who can sit down and talk to you and vent to you, just like just like the next guy, and we sit mano a mano, and we just talk. I get to learn a lot of things, and I pick up a lot of things from a wise person who has many rings to to say it. So only experiences, and I'm just taking it all in.
All right, guys, we've got time for a few more, so let's go Seren, Sam, and then Mick to close this out. Go ahead, Seren.
Clyde, Andy Reid versus Ed Orgeron, right? Very different kind of guys. Kind of two parts. One, I know the accent probably is easier for you to make your way through than those of us up here in Kansas City when it comes to Coach O, but how often did you actually just kind of nod your head and have no idea what he was really saying, especially when he gets all fired up and gets going? Because I think everybody in college football has a lot of fun just listening to him, but they're not always sure what he said. And then just kind of compare and contrast Ed Orgeron and the little bit of time you've had around Andy Reid.
So, I understand Coach O and always did understand that this, something about it is different, and something about us down here is a little different about how we hear things. So, I was able to understand everything. And, just it's hard really to compare and contrast. I really, the 15 minutes that I was able to sit next to, Coach Reed in my combine meeting, you still can't get a temperament on a person. But as far as right now, Coach O is the punch yourself in the face type of guy, and Coach Reed, he can, from the videos and everything that I've seen, he can get fired up and he can make some things happen, and that's what I love about a coach, and he's completely genuine. So right now, that's I mean, that's all I have for you.
All right, let's go to Sam. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Clyde, what's up, man? It seems like one of the most difficult things for a rookie in general would be getting a grasp of an NFL offense, but obviously doing it through Zoom is a whole nother challenge. Can you just sort of grade the complications of what you're learning offensively? Because it's known, obviously, as one of the more complicated offenses in the league. And how much do you think your time at LSU and being with those good offensive minds there has kind of prepared you for it?
Honestly, you know, I just give props to kind of to my football foundation. You know, in Little League, you know, I played with my Little League team and we actually learned football. And then ultimately in high school, I went to Catholic High, and I had to learn things. You know, I had to learn defensive fronts. I had to learn, you know, everything about a defense as far as what I played on offense. So getting to college, it was even easier, and seeing an offense that, you know, that everybody runs, you know, as far as picking everything up in the playbook, the general understanding of the offense is coming easy. But as far as, you know, specifics, that's the NFL playbook, being specific to each team, the things that they want, and that's all. That's pretty much the gist of it. So when you can get that whole playbook and the little specific details down, then you have everything. But for the most part, it's about setting a foundation and understanding what football is.
Let's go to Mick Schaefer for our last one. Go ahead, Mick.
Hey, Clyde. So I'm just wondering how you're passing the time. I know you're a big hunter, and I know you love to restore cars. I'm wondering if you scored any big game recently down there. I don't know what the seasons are down there in Louisiana. I don't know what the seasons are in Kansas City. And then what car maybe are you working on right now?
So you know, currently I'm not hunting anything. I have my horse. I haven't been riding though. It's been raining a lot. It's muddy a lot. You know, once it rains, we're kind of below sea level. So once it rains, you know, it floods a little bit. So pretty much, I mean, I've been inside. I've been staying in, and right now, currently, in the process of helping my brother restore his 78 Monte Carlo, and I'm just getting all my cars ceramic coated and whatnot, and getting everything done up under the carriage, because, you know, Kansas City, they put salt on the road, so I can't have any of my cars or anything rusting from the bottom up, you know, heading up north. So that's pretty much it.
Clyde, we appreciate you taking the time today, my friend. We'll hopefully get to see you soon here.
Yes, sir. I'll see you later.